nice. Only just pulled up here. Chuck my phone on charge because I think the internet's a bit crap. I've got a second device. I should have set that up before I set it up before I never mind, I can do that right now. I'm live, I'm watching myself, live chat, that's what I want it for. It's a bit laggy. But it's to read the messages. I'll get sorted, get my chair. Hope the sun glare's not too bad on the screen. I'm back up near the freeway, but I plan to turn the phone that way. Haven't got no bar oil left. So when it comes to the saw reveal, I'll have to pinch something out of another saw if I can. I'll just grab that saw so it's out ready. Put it on the tail. Oh, look at that on the tailgate against the OE saw. She's shiny. Just get a rock or something out of me Mocko. How's the wind noise? I can't see the bloody screen now. There we go, look at that. Beautiful. Got my second device so I can answer. Sign into chat. I don't want to sign into chat. I just want to read the messages. Just give everyone a chance to come in. We've got a cylinder to show you, poured it up, ready to go. No wind noise, I hope. I hope my phone's charging. I'm keen for the new saw. Saw for the channel reveal. It will be run every video so you guys can see the progress. Just having a quick look at this cylinder. Those marks worry me a little bit. Oh no, that's from the factory. Rightio. There's a little bit up there. Scotch it. Where is everyone? Tried to do it so it's reasonable hours for... What happened then? Something happened on this phone. Sign into chat. I don't want to talk to myself. No thumbs up. I'll thumbs up on this device if I can. Yes, I can. Keep saying Google wants to sign in. I don't want to sign in. I just want to watch the comments or chat on a second device. If I turn it sideways, that's better. I'll sit the phone there until we get some action. The sun's just come out. I didn't bring my hat. I've still got some sores at the back of the car, the ute. Could do some startups. I wish I had a log with me. Wait for everyone to jump in. Live, brand new saw reveal. Saw for the channel. I've heard good and bad about them. But mostly positive these days. There's only one thing I've got to check apparently, or two things. So once we get cracking, I'll have a quick look at that. I don't have the tools on me, so to speak. Excuse me. Oh yeah, forgot to do this thing. Beam. That's better. Makes the colour pop. How do I get back out of that again? Press it again, and then what? Touch the screen? No, I don't know. There. Got my second device because I'm a fair way away from the screen, so I can read the messages as they pop up. It's about a 5-second delay. I will eventually be switching to this phone from that phone. That one's getting a bit old. The charger port works when it wants to. You got to wriggle the bloody when you put it in. What's going on? Who we got? I'm itching to reveal this saw because apparently there's a couple of things I've got to check on it. I had a bit of a check yesterday. Everything's tight, Loctite it in. But apparently one of one of the parts they put on, they Loctite it on, and you can't grease the clutch bearing. So apparently they fill the hole with Loctite. I didn't notice it yesterday, but I need to have a double check today. And I've got no bar oil, so I can't check that unless I tip one out of another saw into it. But I mentioned, I just when I started the live, she's sitting on the tailgate there, and next to the OE saw, she's gleaming. So dust, don't ruin it yet if you're already watching. I'd like someone that I haven't told, well, that's everyone apart from you, see what it is. I need to maybe sit that phone there. Yeah, I can still read it. I mentioned there's a couple of sips left in that, and I've got another one ready to go. Just hot, homemade Milo mocha combination. Bit of a Milo coffee, so mocha. That's what I have when I'm at work. Night shift. There's yeah, so I'll talk about the saw once it's revealed. 300% increase in quality since 5 years ago, so they're coming a long way. If it didn't have the stickers on it it's got on it, you could near pass it as OE quality. We'll talk about it a little bit later. I'm hanging though. Yeah, my second device is a bit slow actually. Eight seconds behind it is. I need to get it to where it's pretty close. It's actually 12 seconds behind now. I don't know, how do you work that out? Click on the live again. It's 12 seconds behind. Can't work. Try and get it to where it's mint. Yeah, they'll have to do, guys. I can't work it out. Everyone's gone. They don't want to see. Still says 3 on that device, 1 on that. I brought the Mini Mac in case anyone wanted to see it start, fire and run today. It's got no fuel in it. It does actually. This is one of the most reliable Mini Macs I have. This one, I think I've got 3 so far. choke it once more. I wonder low data mode. I wonder why is it on low data mode? How was the connection, guys? I didn't realise. It's telling me low data for the second device so I can read the messages. About time. I can get out of that now because I was going to message you and tell you that I was actually live, but now she's good to go. So now I can read the messages there without touching the screen. I've got to lean forward and I was going to let Vintage know. I don't know if he's still on my channel or what, but I should have messaged him and tell him I'm live. So I've got the, excuse me, got the, oh wait, that's still, I've already sent you the photos, but here the whole time. Itching. I know you're itching, but I was hoping other people to come in. I've still got a share for it, but the dimples there, it looks sick. I put the little lungs in it too. Only small ones. But that intake's huge compared to the exhaust port. I've still got to polish and probably take this out a little bit. I'm going to cut the flange off that pipe you gave me. Only thing is I can't activate the chain brake. Well, I've still got, that's a little bit wonky, that port. It's a bit hard to do when there's not much light. Now the sun's come out, you're not going to see much. I could probably blend that side in a little bit more. That side too, but they're huge compared to what they were. As you can see, I went through both sides. JB weld in there, both sides. Probably can't see much now, the bloody sun's out. In there. Shutting up because itching, yeah. I might have to hit it with Scotch pad. There's some lines there. I don't know if you will pick that up. I don't know. There's nothing on the piston. Maybe the original chamfer wasn't very good. and the shiny bits on the inside of the cylinder. Maybe that's from where the piston doesn't touch. Once I chamfer it, I'll get the Scotch pad in there and give it a good scratch up. The flow's mint. I checked it underwater yesterday. I don't know where my right angle tool is, so I can't touch them, but there's blowdowns around about the same as yours. I don't want to delete it because I made it chain brake anyway. It's a chain brake model. Well, the cases were ready for the chain brake. I swapped it over from the... I've got a full electronic bottom end there. The bearings are noisy and the SEM coil, it doesn't spark anymore. So I just use I put the chain brake hardware on this other minty bottom end that I've been sending photos to you of. And another thing I'm scared of is the chip won't work. That's what you were thinking, yeah. I'm scared because I've done this, put this chip in another, was an 041 electronic, proper Bosch ignition, same as like the one that I used on the weekend. Because the flywheel it's got 2 magnets inside it and 2 counterweights, but with the magnet power, it makes the counterweights, it magnetizes the counterweights, so it could spark top dead center and bottom dead center. It could spark twice on the one rotation. It doesn't look like that in that little video I sent you, but there's a chance it could do that once I set it up, like once it's finished. So I've still got to do a bit of work on the bridge on this side. It's not equal to this side now. I'm looking at it in the light. When you look at it like that, it's pretty much the same both sides. But they're a lot bigger than what they were previously. The only thing is, I was thinking of this last night. I wonder if I fill this whole section here with JB, then I could make the lowers a lot bigger, like bring them out further here. I only wish they did that from the factory. Like bring the lower transfers to here. Because they're, yeah, as you know, they hit a wall and then they've got to go back up and around and up into the transfers from factory. That's a massive improvement now, but just imagine if you could fill this whole void all the way around with JB weld and then actually bring the transfer further out like a Solo. It's basically like a mini Solo 670 cylinder. Even the gasket is almost the same but smaller. This is a Marley W14. E. It's an E cylinder, I think. Ideally, I'd like, that looks like Looks like it has a thread insert in the cylinder. In the plug hole, looks like there's an insert in there. Could not be. Ideally, I'd like 10 thou off the base. This one's got a little bit more squish than yours. But I'll have to run the brass wire brush. Want to buy a Chinese cylinder and try it. Should really move some air through those, yeah. Sean's got Taxum cylinders. I believe there's Meteor as well, top ends, because a lot of concrete saws still get used today. A brand new SEM ignition coil is $350. They've gone up $100 since the bloody everything's gone up. They used to be $250. But Pro Line have a version. They're still $250 or something dollars. I'm gonna have to I can't find those cheap $26 whatever they are, the Mac fuel lines. I found them the other day, but I can't find them anymore. And to buy them already in Australia from, I think it's Green Acres Mowers and someone else, they're $45 for one fuel hose aftermarket. So for me to keep running the Macs, well, I'll keep running them as long as I can with what I can do, but I've got to find these male-female BSP barb connections. I'm pretty sure it was male-female. Because you put the female through, whichever side you want it, and the other side, they're supposed to tighten up against the hole in the fuel tank. Then you can run Tygon each side or whatever. That's supposed to be the new age fix for the Macs. I just had the Mini Mac running, the ported one. Waiting for some more people to pop in. What's going on? I'm hanging. Wish I had a log here. I've got a cookie in the back of the ute. It's got to go to my workmate for a chopping block, 24-inch one. Tomorrow night that'll go to him, hopefully. 2.0. I did keep one for you. I don't know if I've still got it. I'll have to check in the box. There's a storage container in the back shed that's got Mini Max written on it. It'll be in there. I know I've got a couple of the yellow rear handles. That clutch cover you gave me the other day, I've already got another brand new NOS one there at home. Just chill banging in one of those little metal tubs. Vintage, what's going on? Yeah. I've still got a week's worth of video on my phone, footage. if I turn the camera around, you'll see what footage. I just hope the other one doesn't come in. I'll show you. I think I could spin it around. Yeah. That's mean. That's a good, what do you call it? Option to have on your phone while you got to doing a live. You can turn the camera around. You probably wouldn't have seen much, probably 4 or 5 of the saws. 4 people, what's going on? I'm hanging to do a reveal. Well, I can reveal the saw and then we can put some fuel in it and fire her up. I don't know about bar oil, I don't have any left, I don't think. You know what, I might stand up. Wow. Just give me a sec. Oh, I've got a little bit, it probably won't be enough. I'd like to run that oil specific in here though, so I'll just have a quick look in the tank. Oil hose is touching the bottom, so we should be right. I'll just grab it. I've heard I don't oil as much, so I'll put this. She's bio-based. It's like a booger coming out of your nose. Low odour. It doesn't smell at all. Easy clean up. You can just wipe it off. I've got to read the manual because I can't remember what way the screw goes to adjust the oil flow. There's a bit of sun in the screen, I apologise. That should be enough to see if she's oiling. I got that from Das. That's actually easier to start than, oh, yeah, I can't picture one at the moment, but that's actually, she starts pretty easy. Anyhow, I'll have to, you know what, I'll chuck some fuel in it first and then I'll turn the camera back that way so the sun's not in the screen. I'll have to get my tuning screwdriver out too. Broke the finger. I hurt my hands in the Red Top 041 rebuild video. Well, it wasn't the rebuild video, it was for, unboxing and first impressions or something. The one I got from Reese. He took the saw to Emu Plains or Emu Downs chainsaw shop, and they glued the bloody flywheel on, but it wasn't in time, so it was ripping me hands out, ripping the cord out of my hands, and it did it a lot of times. Tuning screwdriver right there. We steal one. It's actually rooted. See if it gets onto the screws. Yes. The contacts the screws. Righto, reveal time. $3.95 XP. Put my brand new Duracut 24-inch hard nose bar on here. See how many pulls it takes to start her up. Four pulls. Like a bastard. First heat cycle may as well, eh? Far out. It oils like a bastard. I don't know if you've heard me or not. Shout out to Lou. Lou doesn't watch the lives. Vintage is here. Darcy's here. Kev might pop in, maybe. He's probably too busy painting. Can't make my mind up. Holst Former or Neotech? I don't know how much the Neotech 395s are. That's the only problem. Plus I've got a couple of Pharmatech saws already, so I've got two 394s. I've got two 660s as well, so yeah, I don't know. Probably go Husky, to be honest with you. Yeah. Depends what you like running, really. I don't mind this. The 066. I don't have an 066. I've got a 660 OE saw, but I've ran it once. Actually, once. 25-inch bar. Maybe vintage. Wait until I put my stock 394 video up. Only problem is the intake block on the 394s. You can't get them anymore unless you can find someone that has parts. The only thing you can do now is turn your 394 into a 395, so you got to put a new top end, then you got to get the intake, the boot, carb, the high top adapter. If yours isn't if the one you get's not a high top, you've got to get the high top elbow adapter and the high top cover. I'll give you a look. This is me ported 394, converted to high top. It was a low top. This is the Pharmatech top cover. Obviously I've got a big foam filter on it, but it's a 94. It's got the block. Let's see if she'll fire up today. Probably won't. No. I think the OE coils died. It did have spark when I checked it. I'd say she smells like it's flooded. So I'll have to take the carb off and check it out again. Actually, looking in the fuel tank will tell me that. Yeah, I wanted to do a stock versus ported segment, but the ported didn't want to start, so you guys will only see the stock cutting video. I think I only did three cuts. It's not, oh, maybe because the decomp's in. Doesn't have a lot of compression. Not going to spend all day pulling on it. I was actually in pain from the last time trying to do it. But honestly, I can't get over the quality of the Hulse Former. The starters, the plastic on the starter, I wouldn't have no problems buying one of those to put on an OE saw. Just swap the stickers over. It's not flimsy like the early days. You could squeeze the starter like that. You can't even do that with the new one. The high top air filter, we'll just have a talk about the Hulse Former. I'll grab it because I want to mention some stuff. Quality wise, I reckon they're the same now. The only thing with the Neo for me on the 95s is the grey. I can't handle the grey on the 95s. On the 372s look good. But the inlays on the rear handle, this clutch side one's bowed a little bit. But there's probably something in there, maybe holding it out. Clutch cover's mint. The flag's hard as a rock, doesn't flex. The spikes, like it's OE quality. I'd say there's actually a chain catcher. See, both my OE saws have that missing. That saw there, well, that's actually how they go. I thought that was broken off. I think it is broken off a little bit up the top here. All the sway limiters are there except for this one. No big deal, because this side's in. Handlebars, hard as a rock, it's not flimsy. Like, it's thicker aluminium, not like the flimsy stuff they had earlier on in the day. The muffler, yeah, everything matches except it doesn't have that little bit spot welded on here. It's got these two. The decomp, it's like a steel button. It's got that little nipples on it, so to speak. It doesn't feel cheap like they did back in the day with the little black buttons on them. It doesn't feel like it's going to fall off, and it clicks when you push it in. Recoil feels genuine to me. Only different thing is the tuning grommet. The 94s and the 95s had a little clicker for your idle, and your high-low actually pushed onto the screws. This one doesn't, but this is it's a different carb. It's got that little extension out and then the screws are inside it, if you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of hard for me to explain. Air filters, good quality for aftermarket. I believe it's felt. Flexes a little bit, but not like they did earlier on. The carbs are high HIC. if it didn't have that written on there, you'd think it was a Walbro. I think they're Walbro. Blue choke lever. AV systems mint. They even have serial numbers now. It's a Euro 5 apparently. The clutch cover's actually a different. Well, no, it matches the case colour. I was going to say it's a little bit different colour, but it's not. Yeah, I just couldn't. John Power's got a couple DAS. I think he bought 5. I think. Oh. What you'd rather put? Husky. I don't own any Neotechs. The G444 vintage, that's off its head. I was actually going on there to purchase the G444, but these were only $5 dearer, I think. I'm gonna have to take the starter off. I can see the flywheel's possibly grinding away the deflector. And I can already see the kill wire's not routed properly. No, that's not. So I was told, comments in the post I put up of this last night on the Neotech Holes Former group, checked the flywheel nut, and apparently they put Loctite in the bloody clutch drum bearing service port, because you can grease them without taking the clutch off. You push the, your bar grease gun through the crank, and it's got a hole in there that goes to the bearing. Apparently, I didn't take any notice of that last night because when I put the bar and chain on. But she oils for days. I'll show you the stick. Is that the stick? You can see the 2 lines on the stick there where it oils. Right there. There and there. And over there I did it a little bit and it come out milky white. That's the colour of the bar oil. Oh look, I'll show you. You just can see it. I'll lift the links up and it sticks to the bar, look. See it? So this chain, I've done a couple of practice square filing on it. There's a tooth right there I practiced. Oh Jesus, it's heavy. There's actually grease in the all chain brake springs in here. NGK plug, you can see it's actually been installed and removed at least once. So it says each NGK, it'll be Chinesium. I'm not swapping out the plug, I'm going to run it as it sits for a bit. Here we got. Because you've got a low top. You've got a low top, but all you have to do to convert it to this high top is the elbow, the filter, and the cover. I got the low top from Carby Doctor. That was, I think, $12 or something. Alan. Oh, Ad, what's going on? Wow. Just revealing a saw I got yesterday in the mail for the channel. a Chinese 395. Good quality. No, I'm not joking, I'm being for real. Kim's got one that pulls a 36404. His is probably ported, but I'm going to run this in stock first, stock form. She's cooled down again. That chain needs readjusting, all the teeth are convex. Actually, no, I'll change it to a longer chain. This is an Oregon. It's got 75 on the drives. No, this is a non-safety chain. 73 Oregon. Reckon I'll run it with this bar, DAS, since the 2100 doesn't want to bloody cooperate. Oh, I reckon I run it hard nose. What do you, Aussie hardwood setup? Yeah, firewood setup. Or do I run it? That's the longer chain there on that bar. Epic with that bar, yeah. If only I was still friends with Lockie and that I could get another one. Yeah, right. To get the 125 out and give her a brat. Where did I'll just sit that. You're still here, Ad? Have a look at this, port work. Building a saw. Another race saw. Not really a race saw, but I did hit the cylinder a couple of times, DAS, on this bloody, on the exhaust side, but when I Scotch Brite, it'll get rid of that. It actually doesn't even feel like it'll do anything. Hey DAS, it's Adam Walker. My cousin. Darcy knows, was it Adam? Yeah, Adam. Nathan, Bob, Walkers. Now I'm actually looking at this cylinder in the light, I can do a hell of a lot more. Just a bit there, a bit there. Where'd everyone go? Must have dropped out. Approaching an hour. Geez, it flies, doesn't it? Oh, I can round that edge. Hit that a little bit there. No shit. All Walkers, oh yeah. Josh, Gary, and Walker. Patrick, rest in peace, Uncle Paddy. Donna, Adam, Bob, Nathan, Lily, Jarrison, and I forget his other son's name. Starts with J though, I think. She's hardened up, but it's still a little bit soft, the JB. Hope it holds up, because I could pick it off where it wasn't meant to go. Should be all right though. It's not lifting or anything. Oh. Yeah, I think the flywheel's sucking the wind deflector in and hitting it at high RPMs. I think I have another genuine one at home, but I don't want to swap it over. Maybe just let it do what it's got to do, because even the genuine ones, I'm looking at the ported 394 here, and it's got flywheel marks on it around it, so maybe it needs to heat up and cool down a couple of times for it to stiffen up. Don't know, but I mean, come on, they're only $409. Seriously. Starter pulls work mint. They're probably actually a little bit loose. I'll have to check that out. But I'm not getting it out of the box and cutting with it straight away. It's going to get a couple of heat cycles and make sure everything's good and tight, especially the flywheel nut. There's a fine film of oil all over it, like it was in one of those plastic bags. The handlebars, mint, like I keep saying. Disc grips, mint. You'll probably get used to that raised. I had the top cover off yesterday. I was going to check the cylinder screws, but I didn't, because even the top cover screws had Loctite in them. I dare say all the handlebar screws and all that are going to have Loctite on them. But she flings oil, that's for sure. It's probably works better than my OE oil pump at the moment. Yeah, that's what this live's about, Jonty. This saw right here, brand new saw for the channel. So for everyone that watches, every time I go out to film, this saw will be coming with me and probably be run first every time. Run it in a couple of times, then port it if the viewers want it ported. Muffler mod, it'll be exactly the same as the ported 394. Maybe, or I'll do a iron, not an iron horse, a bear claw design pipe, because I want to build one for the ported 394. That's what it's about, the live. I'm probably mentioning stuff that people wanted to ask about it. I was hanging, and I still am hanging. I just want to start it and run it now, start it now and let it run the whole tank. That's exactly right. Didn't check the cylinder bolts either. Yeah. I'm only doing what I was told on the Facebook group when I put it up last night. They said some bloke said check the flywheel nut because he's still waiting for parts. So his must have arrived without a tight nut, or there was no thread in the nut. He didn't explain anything. He just said just check the flywheel nut. And another bloke said check the clutch for Loctite. I might actually do that now. Turn the phone around here. Put that one on the ground. Let's have a look. You guys keep talking. I've got another device to see messages. I've got a second phone here watching the messages, so you can still talk if you want. 36 inch. Yeah, I don't know about that. It's got a 24 on it now, hard nose. I don't cut anything big enough for a 36 inch. 28 I'll go to. Maybe. So look. If it didn't have Farm Protect there, you wouldn't know. In my opinion. The spring, everything's minty. Even the the clutch drum, that's square, like flat, not like the old ones that were rounded over. Yeah, there's nothing in the crankshaft hole, so we'll be right to pump it with grease. This clutch is better quality than the one on the 394 on the ground there. That's actually Chinese setup. That's better, that clutch. We've got I don't think that 94's got that locator there for the clutch side cover. Bump stop for the chain, that's minty. The chain roll, it's not really a roller, it's a chain catcher. None of my other two have that. So even look at the side of the cylinder. Can you see it there. Looks good. Still has the spark arrestor screen in it. Obviously it's a brand new saw, I haven't done nothing. Whoa, slow down there with the thingos. 28 is 2 inches. Does get a bit heavy. I don't lug it around in the forest. It is a 395 copy. The only thing I could do is put my 394 up here next to it. There's no movement in the bar. You don't have to lift it up or down, or, you know, when you're tension the chain, there's no movement on the studs. It's actually a mint fit. Put that there. Here's the 94 with the 95 top. It's a genuine clutch cover, but it doesn't have the stick on it. It's not flimsy, this one is. To get it off, I've got to push it into the handle. This would have had the same, but that's how much use it's had. It's worn them down. AV system's spongy on the 94. This is missing a few though. Sway links. What, did you pop in when I had it switched off? $409 they are. And the decomp's mint. Timber. Might take it Monday morning. Never owned a 95, that's why I got it. Plus, I've seen a lot of people, there's a lot of views on them. Runs good, obviously it needs a tune, and my internet's needs tuning, but I'm going to run it rich for a bit. 32 to 1, I think I am at the moment. They get a lot of views. So I thought, well, I'll buy one, dedicate it to the channel. the viewers can basically tell me what to do with it. Everyone's going. Let's go. See if me ported 610 fires up. Needs a new rope. 125. Put that on the ground over here. Put that on the ground there. Biggest, baddest power saw ever made. Yeah. Try to get that photo you sent me. Wonder why it was retired, because it's just too old, or... Cold start on the 125. Two pulls. She's a beast. Yeah, try and get that 395, Josh, from work. Wonder why it was retired. try and drop start this one. Does have a decomp, but it doesn't. I don't really need it to start it. Cold. Rub some bloody paint off it. Must have been rubbing against the bloody R435. I can see paint off it there. Well, the 125 in here. Oh well. Righto. It's all the big ones started now. Videos to come on those. I've already filmed them. That's why they're still in the car. Or the ute. Am I hearing myself? I am too. Turn it down. So yeah, that. I haven't started the R435 since then. I'll see how she goes. Oh, I think it's still a bit rich. still smells like stale fuel coming out of it, so it needs a bit more run time. 2 pulls. I think the first time I took it out, Judson and Jarrison, maybe, yeah. The 125 fired first pull when I took it out. I think it was that one, yeah. Judson and Jarrison, I believe. I think, I don't know if I'm lagging or what. I only just got hopeless with names, yep. Well, I haven't seen Adam for I don't know how long. Before he was born, I think. How did I add you as a moderator? Five thumbs up, sick. Can't remember how I add people as moderators. Oh. Tripod's moved. Hopefully my phone's charging. It's not telling me, well, I've got to turn the phone sideways, but the power bank's still on the same amount of numbers, thingos. Don't know. I only started with 80 something percent. Just looking at this side of the cylinder of the 045, that's rather large. Even the transfer ports. About 1.5 inches wide they are. Still got the same 4 people, or is it new guys? If you missed anything, I'll have to redo it. If I keep looking there, it's my second device to watch the chat. turning the bloody high screw, I keep forgetting. I think she's a bit... rich. Not rich enough. Time to touch up the chain and give that another run, because that throttle response now is off its head. It's got no bloody bar oil in it though. Oh, Jesus. Still a touch warm. I'll wait for it to cool down again, then I'll fire her up again. Sawdust all over it from the 125. No, the 610. Yeah, I'll put a brand new longer chain on it and shoot out Monday and get some footage of it for you guys. After I check the flywheel nut, of course. Clutch side's good. I'll check the starter pull screws. I believe they're tight, but they just look a little bit too on the loose side to me. Maybe that's how they're supposed to be. How long's it been sitting now? Probably 20 minutes, would it be? See how many pulls it takes to start, like now. a lot rich. Turning the idle screw out does nothing, so I think maybe the sleeve on the throttle cable is a little bit too long. But we can investigate that further on video. So I've got 2 saws, possibly 3 currently in here, that definitely 2, but possibly the 3rd for porting as well. I've also got the cylinder, if anyone hasn't seen it, the 08S build I'm doing currently. There's a little bit more to do, just clean up work, but the numbers and all that are sorted. Vintage, you still watching? Or have I helped you make up your mind with what you want to get? Are you talking clone or OE saw? I'd go clone, they're cheaper. Hell of a lot cheaper. Cheers. Bit of a mocha. Oh, so good. Oh. 99 minutes already. Far out, 100. Yeah, my phone's charging, I think. Don't know, I haven't had any warnings come up on the screen yet. .610 in the frame there. You'll see a video of that coming very shortly. 24-inch longer setup. $8105, yeah, that's what it is, 070. Paid for $70, I think, for that. Now they're 500 and something. I didn't really check the listing. That might have been with a bar and chain. I got it power head only. I definitely need a 30-inch on that though. That's 25's too small, I reckon. I don't know. What do you reckon, Darcy? The Neo? Take the spikes off and run the 21. Race setup. Full chisel. See what Longa's got. Why not? Unless there's some really big timber out at Tullarook, there's no need to run a bigger bar, really. Wait, what size is the big tree? What size do you reckon that is? Because we could run the 2 clones up there. Everyone's disappearing. I was hoping the guys in America would hop in, because it should be morning there. Yeah, morning time. Actually, it's probably too early. I didn't realise. Actually, no, it should be 14 hours behind us. Yeah, morning. 10 o'clock in the morning, because I know 5... Oh, no. There. It'll be night time there. Excuse me. Still there, Das, or what? I'm not getting nothing through on the chat. Maybe it's lagging. I don't know what's going on. 8 seconds behind, I think. So I'm only showing 2 people watching, but I don't know what's going on. Oh yeah, I've got to sort that out. I wonder... towards the intake. Das, you still here? Wonder do I run some boost ports? Or will it wear everything out prematurely? I might just leave it. Combustion chambers mint. O8S, another ported build for myself, and then there'll be comparison between mine and Darcy's. I had the JB weld because when you do these, you go through here, there. It's not a very good design. That's better than stock. I just noticed on the clutch side transfer, it's got G stamped into it. Not sure why. It's a Marley cylinder, W14. HZN1A2. I'm not sure what's going on. My second device isn't showing the chat comments. You didn't, if you're still here, Josh, you didn't answer what I asked about the old one from work. Just probably haven't had a chance to ask the boss, I suppose, what's wrong with it. It's holding the heat well in the cylinder, the 395. A couple more cycles. Stick it in a log for half a cut. Tell you what, I'd have no hesitation to, like if I needed bits to finish an OE saw off, I'd have no hesitation to purchase a tank, handlebar, side cover, even though I've thought about it. But that was back in the early days, I should say. I still reckon that clutch covers, the colour's off a little bit when you're outside, but inside you can't notice it. Might be the angle I'm looking at. It looks like it's got pink in it. Hang on a minute. No, it's got oil all over it from in the bag. Oh. It's not the 394, 95. It's the 288 I need to adjust the oiler. The 288, not the 394. They've got the screw underneath. The 288s have it on the side, so you've got to take the clutch and the drum off, work out what way the screw goes. I can't remember. I tried it the other day on video, but that's what happened to my screwdriver, trying to get in there on that angle. I've got 3 or 4 others of these. Go to any steel shop and get another handful. It's no big deal. They've got that many there, they just throw them in a drawer and forget about it. So with the Neo, once this tank runs out, oh, she's letting fines in too. You'll see in the video when I put it up. Actually, it is up. No, there's another session of me running that saw. It's letting fines in under the filter. So it's around the inlet elbow, but there was nothing in the elbow. I think it's just getting between the elbow and the air filter, so I'm going to have to work something out to get that down to work. It actually looks like the cover's not all the way down at the moment, but once this tank's finished, maybe, or the next tank, I'll have to I'll just take the muffler off. I was going to say I'll look on the other side, the inlet, but that means taking the carb off the rear handle and whatnot. I might just take the muffler off and have a look. Haven't inspect it, but maybe I'll just wait until I poured it. So I'm doing the 08S at the moment, and then I don't know, do I port the 070 before the 395? Well, the 395 needs some run time. Yeah, might have to do some more homework on the 95. I don't know, you guys let me know. Love a swig of the vodka. What the time is? 2? Yeah, it'd be 2 o'clock. After 2. Or just before 2. Five thumbs up. A lot of people have been in here today. Let's go back and answer some questions. May as well. So far it runs like a 395 with a bit of tunability issue at the moment. Just the idle. Low screw tunes as it should. Heavy, I don't lug it around the forest. Yep, 36, maybe not. All depends how big the big tree is we've got to cut. Well, Darcy's got to cut, but I'd like to go up and do a couple of cuts in it to get some footage of proper hardwood. Apparently the big bore 395 is no good. That's just what I've heard. Definitely wouldn't put it on the OE bottom end. Well, there's an option for you, Darcy, just in case if it's just the rings, you can get new rings. I'll have to have a look at it though for you. 394. But to convert it to 95, you need the parts I said. You need the carb, top end, intake boot, the throttle cable's the same, the filter elbow, but you could probably still run it low top. Or you need the cradle for the you need the carb tray, because it's got the screws for the cradle where the intake boot bolts to. You'll need the cable holder, you know, the aluminium one. These should have aluminium. Actually didn't see that. The intake boot, the bit the carb screws to, which is aluminium, and it's got the cable holder in it. The rubbers, they should come with the carb tray, the AV rubbers for the carb mount. And you could use your 394 elbow and still run the low top. But if you want the high top, then you've got to get the filter, the cover, and the high top elbow. Vintage, as for the 94 or the 660, 94s have next to no AV vibration. 660's got a bit more. Been looking at buying to cut wood or to add to the collection and use every now and then. I build a 660, like I said before, but I've ran it once. The Farmer Tech, that's a toy. I've actually got to get out and film it again with a 25 on it. Shout out to Lou. If you watch Lou, you'll probably watch it. I don't know if you'll watch it or you've been in and watched it. If you've been in, I apologise. You can't comment if you don't have a Google account. It's kind of... annoying when you wish you could say something but you can't. But you gotta have an account. Since I've got a channel now, I can comment and whatnot. Send will appear publicly. Yeah, I'm not. I'm just using it for the chat. It's nearly time to fire her up again. Almost. It's nearly cold. You know what I did with this saw, but I didn't film it? That 24-inch torture test log, I actually stuck it in and it was pulling the bejesus, I'll just say bejesus out of the chain in that log. Yeah, if I had a longer bar, I'd stick it on it and just go crazy. I'll have to see. I reckon I got oh no, I don't have a. If I had a 325 sprocket for it, I could chuck 22 on it. That's on the ported Husky 350. It probably won't pull that though. It might be surprising. But I love the little Mini Max. I was just thinking when I had it running just now, there's other work I could do to another one I plan on doing in the future, a Eager Beaver 2.0. I've got one there for Darcy. I think he just wants to do a stock one, but if he wants to port it, then I apologise. So I can't remember what he said about it. Manual oiler only, the 2.0s. This oil tank was empty, but it's got some oil on the chain. So I've got five others, I believe. Not all 110s, I've got a 120 there. That'll probably stay stock. Do have the option to go electronic. This is still running points. 2.0 does start and run. Needs some more run time to soften everything up in the carb and get the carb back to A1. Because kits you can't get anymore. Well, at least I know. At least I think you can't get them anymore, but there's some people out there that hoard carb kits and stuff. There's a bit of movement in the bar. Rail closers on the agenda when I get my workbench. When and if I get my workbench. I can see the air filter's pretty plugged up, but she still runs mint. That's another thing I've got to sort out, my air compressor. Mine's a petrol one, homemade. we've got to get air hose, and I found a blower the other day, so I can blow all the saws off when I'm finished. This has had the Ryobi oil in it. As you can see, there's nothing stuck to the front, and if there is, just wipes off, and it's dry, it's not oil soaked. There's a bit of something stuck there, grass. Nothing underneath, and in the clutch cover, just wipes off. So I've got to sort out a bigger bottle of bar oil, because they only come in those 950 ml bottles, from what I could tell, and everything. The other bottle they had at Bunnings was sold out. So apparently they stock DeWalt. So DeWalt bar oil is DGP, just rebranded DeWalt. So you pay. It's actually cheaper than DGP direct, but they didn't have any at Bunnings, so I've got to find it. It makes a hell of a difference from running just your normal bar oil to that stuff. Your saws aren't as dirty, and you can just wipe it off with a cloth, or you could probably just hit it with the air gun and it'll just go away anyway. And I'm guessing leaving it long term, it won't damage your paint, it won't corrode the mag alloy. I don't believe the 610 had any of that in it. 610 got, she's had about 3 or 4 videos. The last couple of days it's absolutely covered in sawdust. See how it's wet, but it wipes straight off. I don't even know what oil's in this. I think I put a bit of that in it. It could be the blue stuff. Excuse me. It's actually empty, but there's sediment in the bottom, like sawdust. I've got some more comparisons to run on these saws, the McBricks. I've got a stock 610 at home. I actually put that together to do a video series, and 2 650s. I've got a stock one with a governed carb, and I have another one next to it with a ungoverned carb, just to see how that goes, etc. And the better of the 2 650s, I think I've got another, I've got another 1 or 2 short motors at home. I wouldn't mind porting it just like this and see how the 2 stack up side by side, because this saw's actually waking up. This chain was brand new in the first video. I've done a fair few cuts with it, and it's still sharp. Longer. Competition Edition Pro Series, longer. McCulloch setup. No modification required. It fits these and the old 10 series. But you can't mount it to a Husky, unfortunately. You'll have to modify it. I believe McCulloch and Echo it'll fit with I think they're 8mm studs. Still sharp, still puts holes in my thumb when I run it over the teeth. Grabs. I think I've done 10, 15 cuts with it in stringy bark. The bark normally bluntens the chain. Not this longer chain, this is mint. As far as I know, he's got more than 12 Michael at longer. Excuse me, I forgot to mention his name. Has 12, more than 12 available of this bar and chain setups. Yeah, I'm really impressed with this longer chain. I'll have to get 404 for the 125. Full chisel. I believe they do full chisel. Actually, I don't think they do. Oh, I've got the box here. Yes, they do. It's D3S chain, 404063, 730 seconds file, 25 degrees is top plate, 10 degrees file position. I'll just go straight across. 25 thou for the rakers for the full chisel. Wow. Oh, they actually sell 063 or 0.080 gauge. Must be harvester chain. And that's yeah, it must be harvester chain. That's 35 degrees sharpening angle and 50 thou off the raker. 1.2 mil. So that must be for harvesters. 25 thou from the full chisel and the semi. There's actually a round tooth here I can see. Like a chipper chain. That one there. Focus. So the full chisel's right where my finger is. Then there's like a round and then semi. 30 thou for their 404 off the raker. I think I've been running 25 because my Carlton Philo plate. And if they're non-safety, that'll be even better. Because my Carlton Philo plates will work to do the rakers. 1.5's 058. Good stuff, get onto it. 24-inch loops, $24.50. Doesn't matter if it's husky or steel gauge, they're all the same price. It's 2 hours and a bit, no worries. Another cold start, decomp in. Sounds like it's got really good compression. Well, feels like it too, if you know what I mean. Just the way it runs. Maybe I need to close that off. Wrong credentials. Far out. Wrong credentials. I forget my login. Where'd everyone go? Is it too long? Where'd the bloody... Oh, yeah. Says one person there, but no one there. Oh, that's me watching myself. I wonder if I sign in. I've just signed into the second device as me, but can I go watch myself? Yeah, I can. 10-second delay. How cool's that? I can't. Try this one. Sweet. I remember my password. That's enough of that. We'll get back into this. "20 seconds behind now." Close it, reopen it. I really like this saw, everyone. Run for the teeth on me. Like it a lot. It's flinging oil all over my legs. It's dripping off the tip too. Ah! Yeah, look, I got it all over my leg. Lucky she's by, eh? See that? I can actually message as myself now. That's sick. That's why we pull back. Pull up on the handle. Excuse me. I don't know, I think there must be something wrong with my internet on the phone. Keeps dropping out. Not physically on the screen, but in the background it must be. Reconnect. Got lunch and it's working again. I forget what I was... the 070, I paid $470, I think, for it. No bar and chain. At the moment, they're 520 something, I think. But that might be with bar and chain. I didn't even really read it. The listing on eBay. What else did I say? Handlebar bolts. Well, they send you the 444 without the handlebar on. That come in the box just like that. Also said what you'll need to convert the 394 to 395. You've got to get the carb tray, the cable holder, which is what the carb screws onto the boot. You need the boot. You can still run a low top, but if you want the high top, you need the elbow, the filter, and the cover. And hope the carb tray comes with the AV mounts for the carb. And obviously top end. I've heard people say don't use the big bore kits. I don't know why. Maybe the carb doesn't fuel it enough, but it's... Yeah, and you need the carb. Unless you can drill out where the impulse has got to go and put a nipple in it, you might be able to run the OE carb. I had one, but I had to post it back to Reese. It had a broken low jet. Yeah, I think it had a broken low jet screw, so he said send it back. I should have just kept it. Well, yeah, 395 when it cools down, first pull it fires. It was just running before when I started it with the decomp in. Got stuck in till I revved it. First pull every time, basically. It's almost cooled down now and I only just switched it off. That's good. Yeah, I'll just basically run this tank through it, just idling and wrapping it every now and then. It's a possibility it's a little bit heavier than OE, but wouldn't be much. Could be that because I've got a solid bar on it too. All the rubbers are minty. Should get a screwdriver and check this flywheel nut and have a look at this. The routing of this kill wire. Oh, look at that. Well, big oil patch on my leg there. Did I bring... I've got the big flathead I use for my bar, the chain adjusters. Oh, far out. It's too fat. At least taking this off, we can have a look at the inside of the starter too, make sure that's tight. The starter screws aren't Loctited in, but they seem to be better quality. The screwdriver hasn't damaged them yet. They're not, with the set I've got at home in a container off my Pharmatech 372, were silver and soft. But this seems much better quality. That's got an Allen screw in it, and there's a little bit of wear on the spindle already. Would have been from shutting it off just before. Okay, so that's got to go. Pop this wire out and actually take this off and have a look. Yeah, it's already got some wear on it from the flywheel. It's actually soft, like really soft. That's not right. That's a clip-in spade bit. It's supposed to be over the top of this. That'll still work. Do I have a Phillips on me? The flywheel nut looks tight. Flywheel itself is pretty minty. Transfers are huge, that for wall from what I can see on the outside. What holds this down? It's a screw in behind there. Coil looks better than the one I got at home. Actually has numbers on it. 230428A. This is the only thing I don't like about it. It's this tuning grommet. Oh, okay. That does actually go full length. Need a few bits. Yep. Alrighty. It's actually, yeah. The starter must hold this one in. The other ones, the OE ones, that goes like that. That sits in there. This has got to go in there. And all that goes there like so. The starter holds that grommet in. And I thought that wasn't how they were supposed to come, but that is exactly how they come. It's a bit of sideways movement on that. I better see if I got that size. 4mm Allen key. No, I've got 3 and 5. Maybe that'll work in there. Yep. That's tight and Loctite it in. We've put Loctite on the screw there. That's really good. They've put Pharmatech on all the parts now. It's OE quality. Well, 400% better than what they were years ago. I'd have no worries purchasing one of these and putting them on OE saw. No worries at all. Oh, I should have looked for a bloody Phillips head screwdriver before I did that. Doesn't look like it. I've got one, but it's only a small one. Let's see if that'll work. It'll work. It's got a message from Brad about the Macs. He had that mini Mac. Oh. Yeah, they're tight. Mini Mac 35, 25, can't remember now. The non-chain brake. I think it was a non-chain brake. And a PM3 300 series. was going to swap him with DV700, but he's just messaged and said I could have them, but he's a fair bloody drive. Rye. Actually, I'm in friggin' Montrose tomorrow night, so Montrose to Mansfield. Apparently we're taking asphalt tomorrow. One load. Mm. The Minimac 35 and a 300 series. I only wanted the Minimac 35 or 25. And Rye is near Phillip Island, out that way. I'll have to see what he said, just give me a sec. Oh, yep. Something funky going on with me bloody Matchbox muffler, yes. Can't remember if it's chain brake or non. If it's the chain brake, it'll have the half lag. Minimac 35, I think it is, I can't remember. In a 310 or 320. Probably send that to Kev. Second device is lagging. That's better. 10 seconds behind now. You'll probably need 18 inch. I don't know. Might have to do just a video and ask him if he would like one donated. Be interesting to see what he could do with one. Oh, must be getting that time of the day. We're already 180 minutes, 3 hours. Doesn't even feel like that long. Get home and finish this R8S. Don't know if you heard before about, oh yes you did, never mind, the pipe. See if it works on that. Reckon it will. The stinger's about half the size of the port. The actual port, like where it cracks, not right at the end of it. It should have torque because of how much intake and how big the transfers are. It should have the torque to match where it cracks. It's rather a small port when you look at the size of the combustion chamber. I think on yours I widened it. I've widened this probably 1 millimetre each side, but that's not much. Still got a fair bit of clean-up to do. Hope it works. Be good if it works on something. What? If it works on something. Oh yeah, the pipe, yeah. Well, I was thinking about putting it on this, but I've got to either cut the flange off or grind it down to fit in there. If I was putting it on here, I'd put it with the pipe, with the stinger pointing backwards. Maybe, maybe not. Just thinking about it. This chain's dull as now. It still cuts though. Oh, another dart and we'll finish her off, I think. Oh. Where the dryer fell on my foot, there's a bruise about that long across the top of it. Foot still puffy. Ankle, left hand side of my ankle's all puffy. Can't walk properly still. That'll take months to heal probably. To get a cut on my leg, it takes forever to bloody heal. Even where the Super Priority 1 bit me, it's still disgusting looking. Well, my phone must be charging because yeah, it was. My power bank's done a lot of cuts, that chain. So I'll mod. What I done with mine underneath, I can't really explain it to you using the Mac, but underneath it's got those gaps in the plastic. I just drilled a hole 10 mil hole straight into it and fired her up, retuned, and it pulled hard. On the OZ though, I can't remember what. It's basically the same muffler, I think. Yeah, so basically a dual port but an open hole, and the other one obviously comes out through the baffle, so that's all I did on the GMC. Yeah, it's kind of looks like a hickey. It actually looks like teeth marks. (10-inch). My GMC had a 12 on it. 12? Yeah, 12. I think I'll give you the one that I actually got from Lockie with the bar and chain on it. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Drill a hole in the bottom of the muffler and see how it goes. You could probably even put... Oh, actually no, they're a different setup. It's going to say a carb off one of the Chinoa 45s, but they've got a different choke setup, I think. Yeah, I'd do that. Just drill a hole in the bottom of the muffler and see. I reckon the baffle in those are enormous. Sorry, I keep looking at that phone. That's where the chat pops up. I'll start this big bastard again. try it with or without? I'll try it without first. Cold start, one pull. There goes my second device on the ground. Excuse me. Should work, eh? Might, I don't know. You might lose choke. I think. They got primer bulbs. Might just drill a hole and see how it goes. I've got to get my rear into gear and get one of them built too to put up on the channel. But do I? Because I've already done the Minimax, so I don't know whether doing one of those will be worth it. It's not going to pull a bloody 16-inch bar, is it? I was saying before, when I was talking to myself, if I had a 325 sprocket, put that 22 on this. That's on the 350 Husky. I found a sprocket by itself yesterday. I think it's off one of these, proper spur. It's bit rounder, bigger. Don't have a mini Mac. The Zito will do. Not yet, but I was talking before about the 2.0 because I started this up and whatnot. My next one I'll do is the 2.0 and I'll find all the stuff for the other one for you. Pretty sure it's in a box. Out in the shed that says Minimax storage container. It's got Minimax. There's another 110, 120. The 2.0. There's probably actually 4 or 5 in there. Maybe not. Well, I've got a Power Max 6 at home with a 1/4 inch chain on it, and another one's got 18 inch McCulloch bar, roller nose, 3/8 low profile. The Power Max 6 with the hard nose bar with 1/4 inch. That one needs flywheel changed. I've got flywheel now. I don't know why I haven't done it, but maybe I haven't done it because I don't plan on running one. That's cold now, look. Yeah, really small. You got to use an 1/8 file. I actually don't. There was spare chains with it, and it was in like a homemade timber box, but the box and the other spare chains are still in Guinea. That's the mintier of the two. Yep. There's actually a video on YouTube of someone running 1/4 inch chain on a 500i. It's a wonder the chain didn't break. Might have been Briscoe. No, it wasn't Briscoe. Wonder where Josh went. Probably busy. Anyhow, I don't know if I'll finish this 08S tonight or... I've got a bit to do there. In there, that's a bit rough. Rough's good though, but I've got to try and get rid of all this crap around the cylinder. Ready for, oh well, I can do that with a toothbrush when I wash it. Yeah, there's an insert in that plug hole. Maybe. It's deceiving, but it looks like an insert. Wish I could take 10 thou off that base. Then that bit might break off. The little tangs that serve really no purpose. Fill it with JB. It's flaking off. I hope it doesn't flake off. Oh no, the more I peel it, the more it's going to come off. I did wire brush it first. Maybe I should have roughened it up with something. I did exactly the same as I did with yours. Yours is held up. Don't know why mine's peeling. It is, peels off on the inside too. Hope Reese's 999F holds up then. Sillies need it, yeah. Should be alright though. It's just peeling in some spots. You pluck it straight off. Okay. JB World's buying most companies too now, apparently. Anyhow, looks like I've got to go. Go home and sit there and do nothing. Cool. Well, the JB World the stuff I put on the Captiva timing cover that went hard, like really hard. I had to use a screwdriver and a hammer just to get it out. Maybe it's not set properly. I did do equal parts. I normally leave it 2 days before I touch it though. Just never used. Okay. Yeah, well, it's on the intake port of this Pharmatech 660. I waited 2 days for that to cure. Maybe it's because it's sitting out in the sun, direct sunlight. Yeah, it's got JB Weld on it. Same spot. I only went through one side on yours. I went through both sides on this bloody thing. I was talking to myself, don't go too far, don't go too far. And then there's a little high spot there and I just touched it and it went through. Maybe it's just too cold. Cold. It doesn't like heat. Can't remember what I JB welded up once. I thought I'll get the blowtorch out and that'll make it go harder quicker. As soon as I touched the heat to it, it actually re-softened. But I'm saved. It's because I'm sitting out here and the sunlight's hitting it. It's actually gone sticky again. I'll just wait for it to set properly and get into it. Anyway, I better get cracking. What is it, 3.5 hour live? That'll take forever to upload. Start this bastard again and we'll get it. I'll start packing it all away and buddy. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch us on the next one. See you later.